We're taught to pursue happiness. I was taught this, and I kind of believe that we should strive to be happy. But what happens when you have checked all the happy boxes? You've got the job, you have a place to live, you have a partner, you've got children, you can afford a decent education, you can take a vacation, you have your little trinkets. Life is good. And yet there's this void inside of you. Something's missing. You're yearning for something. Life is just not making sense. You're not happy. You're striving to be happy. And you have all the things that we're taught that we should have as successful people, and still we feel that empty unhappiness. And then the unhappiness, despite the things you have, makes you feel more unhappy, even depressed. In 2020, 14% of America said that they were very happy, and that was a 30% drop since 2017. That's a lot of unhappy people. What about you? Are you in the 14% that's very, very happy, or the rest? Happiness is not the things. It's not success and money and power and the trinkets that we value. It's not fancy pictures on your social media. That's not happiness. In fact, in a study by Brome and Kessler, where they interviewed 89,000 participants from all over the world, they found that people that were fairly successful, even wonderfully successful, were more likely to be depressed, have anxiety, and be very, very unhappy than people that had much less. In my travels, I found this to be true. I've been to very poor countries, and they seem happier than people that I know that have won Tonys and Grammys and Emmys, and that are on Broadway and movies and television, and they have the American success dream come true. And some of them are the most unhappy people. It's not going to be a shocker when I say that what matters is the quality of our connection to self, the people we interact with, our environment, and the spaces within which we exist. I lost a very big job many years ago that I often refer to on this channel because it was a really transformative part of my life. I was flying business class, I was on 5-star hotels, I was wearing Prada, I was living large, and that was over. And I literally could no longer afford my lifestyle. And I very quickly downsized. I came to realize that we need very little to be happy. And I was faced with having to prove it. I didn't know it at the time, but I had come to understand joy. So on your path of the pursuit of happiness, let's take a detour and talk about joy, what it is, how to cultivate it, and most importantly, how to use joy as resistance. I'm Aubrey Lynch. You're watching Roar Season 2. In the previous episode, we spoke about love as resistance in a world that is taught to hate you, especially if you're from a marginalized group. The act of loving yourself is political warfare, according to Audre Lorde. I believe that's true. Loving yourself is power, and it is resistance, especially when people are calling you rapists and drug dealers and gang members and criminals and heinous, disgusting people. They're calling you that, and you know you're not. That's resistance. That's love as resistance. So what is joy? Joy is a profound, enduring sense of self-love, contentment, and inner peace that goes deeper than feeling happy. Unlike momentary pleasures, joy is not concerned with what we desire or what we want. It can be sparked by deep relationships, purpose, gratitude, or spiritual fulfillment. Joy brings a sense of inner peace and emotional resilience, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I call them lions. Life challenges, unchanging circumstances. It's more than a metaphor. It's a way of life. Dancing is hard. It's often abusive. You can have a lot of self-loathing. It is a challenging life, and you have to love it and not be worried about what you're going to get paid. Because dancers don't become famous and rich. There are some exceptions, but for the vast majority of us, millions of dancers in the world, we're not going to become famous and rich and known for what we do. We might not even be paid a lot for it, but we have joy, the passion and purpose. We would do it for free. In fact, many times I did. I did dance for free. As long as my bills were paid, I found that I could dance and not worried about getting paid. It wasn't transactional. I was called to dance, and my friends that became very successful dancers feel the same way. We were called to do this. It was a divine gift. It was our purpose in the world to express ourselves through movement. And in that was pure joy. There were moments that made me happy, bowing in front of the audience, getting the role that I wanted, getting maybe a review in the paper. Those were fun moments that made me very happy. And the joy was not that. The joy was the purpose and meaning I felt in doing it. I felt like I was doing God's work. I was here on the planet changing lives through music and dance and art. Powerful. I can find joy in the tiniest things, like opening doors for people or seeing the children that I've coached over the years become successful adults, being out in nature, just taking in the moment, just realizing, okay, right now I'm good. I might not be in a minute, and I wasn't yesterday, but right now in this moment I am good. And that's joy. That's joy to me. What does joy look like? Here's what it's not. Joy is not getting what we want. Joy is not avoiding or escaping challenging or uncomfortable situations. Joy is not trying to hold on to something forever. Memories are great, but we don't hold on to them for joy. Joy is feeling appreciation for what we have, even though we may not have all we want. Joy is noticing the sunshine that life brings despite being in the midst of a storm. Joy is a sensation you feel when you let go. Joy is purposefully being present. And in fact, when I feel negativity coming, I think about being in my body in the moment. I try not to be a moment in front of myself. I'm right here now. And all that noise quiets some. In fact, when I feel that negativity coming, I find something in the moment that is purposeful and meaningful, as simple as looking up in the sky and seeing blue, or seeing a cloud, or seeing the reflection of the sun. I look for things that are tangible and real in my life in that moment, and I always find it, and joy is there. Even in a bad and dark situation, I do it all the time. It helps get me through. So why is joy important? Joy makes you more resilient because you understand that you're going to find meaning and purpose in all that you do. You know that no matter where you land, you're going to figure it out, especially if you're in your purpose. And resilience keeps us going when life falls apart and disappoints us. Meaningful connections. Joy helps us experience meaningful connections and fulfilling relationships. A sense of a higher purpose. Joy gives us a sense of purpose when we commit to our values and contribute to our family and community. I do this all the time. I spend a life of service to young people, and it is fulfilling and joyful. Just the one-way direction of offering information they need to have a better life. It feels amazing, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that. And I don't take that joy it brings for granted. Because it's not happiness, by the way. Mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us stay present in the moment, which is the only time we can do something in our life. We can't live in the future. We can't live in the past. We can only be here. So the mindfulness and being present and purposeful and checking in with your core values and your purpose really helps you get through things that can become difficult and challenging. As I've said in many, many videos, mindfulness is essential for walking with our lions. Joy invites emotional stability. It can help us live longer lives. It makes us more productive and creative. It fuels intrinsic motivation. It's a spiritual upgrade and a state of harmony with oneself and the world. I'm not making this up. I've been through some crap, okay? I've been through some real stuff. You may be able to censor things I don't say on video because I don't want to commit them to video, but I've been through some things where I've learned these lessons. And I've come to realize that joy is an important part of my survival. It's how I got through those things. Believing in myself, believing that I could get through, finding joy in the moment and not worrying about so much about the future, although I catastrophized many, many times, and some of those catastrophes came true. I got through them because I found meaning in wherever I landed. As I said, I went from what seemed like success to live on 25% of what I made. I found meaning in my life and my work, and maybe I sound like a broken record. Purpose got me through, and purpose to me is joy. Being creative, being able to self-express, doing the work for the world and for people, and not worrying about what others think about who I am, what I am, why I am, where I am. I'm doing the work, and in the work is joy. There are times I had joy and I was very unhappy, kind of like right now. I'm not that happy right now. There are things happening that are very difficult and challenging, and I don't feel happy. If someone says, "Are you happy?" I go, "Yeah, sure I am," but inside I know I'm kind of feeling, but I do have joy. I have purpose and meaning, and at some point, happiness will come, but happiness is not the goal. The goal for me is contentment and being purposeful in the moment, in my life right now. And I recommend you explore what that will be like for you. Speaking of which, how do we cultivate joy? Gratitude practices. Really be thankful for what you have. And I mean the little things in your life. I'm grateful that I can buy my lunch. I'm grateful that I've got a place to live and sleep. I'm grateful that I have friends and family who love me, who will be there for me if I need them. I play these movies in my mind to remind myself of all of my incredible blessings and my extraordinary life, and I find gratitude. And that brings me joy. Try this, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. It really brings down that noise in your head that things are falling apart. Mindfulness and meditation. I've begun to meditate 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes is a lot for me, but I have found a way to do that. I'm not quite sure if it's working, but I'm doing it, and there must be something to it. So I'm committing to just being silent. I play a 10-minute meditative music, and I just sit there and I let my mind get clear. And when thoughts cross my mind, of course they do all the time because I've got ADHD and there's always some noise going on up there, I let them play in front of me like movies, and I try to just be present in my body. Over time, I'm hoping that helps me feel better about my life. Spending time in nature. Go out of your way to get outside. If you can walk in the sun, even go on a picnic, get to a lake, and remind you of how beautiful the world is and your essential part in it. It really is very healing and can bring you joy. Acts of kindness, again, opening doors, smiling, saying good morning. You know, when they're walking across the street, if you're in a city, you can relate to this. There'll be cars waiting to go, and there's a crosswalk, and people are walking in the crosswalk, and the car goes too close, someone goes, I got the right of way. Yeah, just because you have the right of way doesn't mean you have to use it. You can give that right of way to someone else. Let the car go by. Let the traffic clear and then walk. It'll take you 3 seconds. 3 seconds. It always perplexes me why people don't do that. Kindness is saying, no, you go first. And the joy the driver has in their face when they wave at you, thank you, is joy. Surprising people with unexpected kindness feels great. Engaging in creative or meaningful work. Try to find something you enjoy. Find a hobby. Even an hour a week, do something that is for you. Do something that stimulates your creativity. Maybe it's educational. Do it for you. Personal development is the best investment you will ever make. Find a way to explore engaging creative activity to cultivate joy. Deepening relationships. I've got to work on this one because I have become so isolated by making videos for the last year that I've lost some of my habits of hanging with my friends. I was never a going out person anyway, but doing these videos really makes me very, very isolated. So I've got to go out of my way to deepen my relationship so that I don't become a hermit. Probably too late, but I can bring my social life back. So I do this purposefully to cultivate joy, because people will bring you joy, especially if they're the right kinds of people. We talk about boundaries and clearing out the mess in your life in a previous episode. You can check it out. But if you can do that and choose your friends carefully, you will have joy. I meditate, I live in gratitude, and I am purposefully creative making these videos. Those are 3 things I do every day to bring and cultivate joy in my life. It's purposeful, it's not by accident. I'm doing it because it's meaningful and it makes life worth living. No matter what's happening all around out there, and there's a lot of crap happening, I'm bringing joy to my life, and I try to bring joy to the lives of others, pointing them towards meaning, helping them cultivate meaning and purpose, helping you find your purpose and your core values and your beautiful, beautiful self inside of you. That brings me joy. And if you made it this far in the video, I'm hoping it's bringing you joy too. Joy is more than a feeling of emotion. It's a foundational state of being that enriches all aspects of your life. It strengthens health, it deepens human connection, and brings meaning to everyday existence. So in your pursuit of happiness, and we should continue to pursue happiness in whatever way that works for you, keeping in mind that happiness is momentary. Happiness is not forever. Happiness is usually the result of an accolade. Get them, strive for them, do your thing. But remember, the most important part of all of that is your joy, is your purpose, is your connection to yourself, is your connection to people around you and to the world, being in service of making the world better. The world needs us. People need you right now in your life, people you don't even know, in a world that teaches us to hate ourselves and hate each other and use hate for power and greed to terrorize us into submission. Joy is not selfish. Joy, like love, is self-preservation. Joy and love is resistance. So find your way through whatever you're going through and know that there is purpose and meaning in everything. Even in the heat and peak of our struggles, there is joy and meaning. And in fact, pain and suffering can make us appreciate joy much, much more. And happiness is cool, and we love it, and we should have it as much as possible, but know that is not the goal. The true goal is contentment wherever you are, however you are, whatever you are, with whoever you're with. Find that humanity in the moment, in the now, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday's gone forever. All that matters is right now, here. In this season of Roar, we've spoken about self-healing, letting go, fake love, knowing yourself and knowing your limits, internalized oppression, ancestral wisdom, creating healthy boundaries, love as resistance, and we just spoke about joy as resistance. Next up is cultivating healthy environments. It'll be here when it's posted. The full list is there. Please check them out. And remember, one planet, one tribe, one world, one love. I'll see you there.